Monday and it's beginning of another week of running down to the harbor, jumping in the water. So what I actually wanted to just briefly talk about was I'm very tired today. And it would be very easy for me to just not do this, to just tell myself you're tired, you can do this tomorrow, or you can switch around the days. But I know from experience that if you get into that, if you get into the habit of, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow because today I'm tired, or then there's a lot of other excuses that can come in. You can start like drifting away from the path that you were on. Or there can be situations where it's just not possible, where you're too sick or too tired, or like something comes up and you don't have time to do it, and you should not beat yourself up about that. That's the last thing you should ever do when you're trying to do something like this, starting to work out or get in shape or anything really, is don't beat yourself up for any reason. Be kind to yourself and accept your limitations, and just, if there's a day where you're too tired, for example, and you don't get to working out, just accept that and just say, tomorrow I'm gonna do it, and then fucking do it the day after, and then get back on the schedule. Don't beat yourself up. So I'm really trying to hold on to the schedule and trying to like force myself to do it anyway, even though I'm really tired, because I know that there can be situations where I have to skip it, and today I don't have to, I just want to because I'm tired. I'm trying to like save the skipping to a time where it's actually really necessary, if that makes sense. The reason why I'm tired today is because I went to bed, I think it was 1 o'clock last night, like 1 a.m. when I went to bed, and that's way too late. Like I need to go to bed at like 11 or something, because I have a child and she gets up really early and she doesn't care when I got to bed, so I just have to be well rested when she wakes up at like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, depending on the day. But the difficult thing about that is, especially when you're a parent, those hours in the night when you're like alone and you can do whatever you want, usually feels like that's the time of day when you have the largest amount of like freedom to do whatever you want to do. And so a lot of people, especially parents, get caught in the trap of staying up too late and then being very tired during the day, but then the next night staying up late again, because you need those hours to kind of feel like you have control over your life and you have freedom to do whatever you want. But it's really stupid, because I've been so tired all morning, which means that I have less energy to kind of be present with my daughter and with Anna, my fiance. And if I think about it, I would much rather have that energy and be more present this morning than I would like to have watched TV for an hour. Those are some of the decisions that can seem like minor decisions, but they're actually very important if you want to get into a great shape and you want to start exercising. You need to prioritize getting your sleep, because sleep is a thing that if you don't have that under control, then everything else kind of falls apart. Sleep is like the foundation of everything. If you don't have good sleep, you're not gonna have energy to do anything else. Some people, or a lot of people, are so used to being tired because they only get like maybe 5 hours of sleep, or maybe just go to bed way too late and wake up late, which is also like you need those hours between 10 o'clock in the evening and 2 a.m. And so if you go to bed after 2 a.m, you can, even though you get 8 hours of sleep, you can still be tired when you wake up. And I think a lot of people has such bad sleep schedules that they're just so used to being tired that they don't really recognize how much it actually affects them in everyday life. And if they started sleeping on a better schedule, going to bed earlier, waking up earlier, they would be astounded by how much better they would be feeling in their body, and how much more productive they would be during the day, and how much more energy they would have to like exercise and stuff like that. A whole nother thing about sleep is that when you get correct sleep, you burn a lot more calories. So actually, if you want to lose weight like I want to do right now, my sleep is very important. because my body burns way more calories when I'm sleeping right, when I get 8 hours of sleep at the right time. The point of this video is just, if you don't get your sleep right, it's gonna be very difficult for you to keep up a training schedule or like start running or start losing weight, because your body is not getting the rest and the sleep that it needs to actually burn off the calories and to actually be well rested. And then you might eventually stop because you're just thinking, well, this is ridiculous. I'm doing all of these things, I'm exercising, I'm eating healthy, but I'm not getting the results. And that's really because you're not sleeping right. So sleep is kind of the foundation of everything. You need to get your sleep schedule right. Every time you make small decisions like that, there's a ripple effect. So I go to bed later, that means I'm gonna be tired today. That means I'm gonna react different when my daughter acts up, for example, and she gets mad about something. So I don't react as good to that as I could have, and so the situation escalates, and so now everyone is mad. And you know, there's always a ripple effect from any decision that you make, and it works the opposite way as well. When you make good decisions, when you make a decision to go to bed at the right time, you have positive ripple effects. That's gonna ripple into your next day and your future. And so really succeeding with these things, like getting into exercising or business or personal finance or anything really, it's about those minor decisions that you make all the time, every day. Those decisions are very important. What you decide to eat, when you decide to eat, when you decide to sleep, what you decide to spend your time on. So many small decisions are made during a day, and they all have ripple effects into the future. And being able to like recognize those chains of events, I think is very important to kind of see what you need to change. Like, where was the bad decision that I made that created this chain of events that ended me up in this bad position. Now I'm gonna force myself to go out running. I'm gonna take a dip in the harbor. Hopefully I'm just gonna feel great after that, and then I can take the rest of the day and just be like, I did it, I'm proud of myself, I'm back on schedule, I'm gonna go to bed at the right time tonight, make the right decisions. Important thing is not that you never tread off the path that you've set. The important thing is that you keep getting back on the track. I think that's it. That's what I wanted to say.